It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we're on the road to the Super Bowl. Time to determine who will represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. The Conference Championship is underway. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
Here's 2nd and 7. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
His first throw is an interception. Kyle Hamilton with the pick. So march it forward after they accept the penalty. A fresh set of downs after that penalty. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run here following the penalty. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
Into a crowd, and intercepted! And the Ravens take over after forcing the first turnover of this ballgame. He got in front of that one for the pick. Looked like that's the receiver it was designed to go to on that play, too.
Yeah, the QB just must have missed the lurky defender in coverage right there. That's where, as a QB, you've got to have the vision to not just see your route, but see those defenders in front of it. If you stare down your receivers in this league, turnovers follow.
Now here he goes. And he takes this one nearly to the red zone before going out.
Well, you don't get the first down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right, they win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
Play fake, Jackson. Catch made by Keaton Mitchell. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
And he has this one down to the 8-yard line. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted. And the Dolphins get it back after a marvelous defensive effort.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for them. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that's going to give the Dolphins a first down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
That's complete right side. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Back to the well again. And defenders continue to swarm over to get him at the line. Looks like no gain on 2nd down, and that leads us to 3rd and 6.
Well, one defender failed while his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
They put a receiver in motion right. To the air, 3rd and long. He beams one deep right side. He's got it inside the 10. There it is, touchdown Miami. The Dolphins pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. So our first score of the game here as they cap off that drive with a touchdown.
It's really what you're looking for, Kate, offensively. You want to force the other guys into thinking they need to play a little catch-up right away. So a nice job to get that first score and take early control of this game.
Moody knocks that extra point through. And the Dolphins will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Now here's Keaton Mitchell with the run. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Pistol snap to Jackson. Chased out to his right. That hit affected that throw, and it sails out of bounds, incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
You know, as you can see here, things broke down a little bit. He tried to find a connection, but he just could not get on the same page. I'll tell you what I do like about that throw, though. He didn't risk an interception, and he put it out of bounds instead.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Lamar now from the gun. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
And he's out of bounds. Not the return that he had drawn up. No way. And actually loses yards. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Dolphins will have some work to do as they take over. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Throwing off the play fake here. Finds a seam down the middle. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
That's complete, David Njoku. And he got this close to midfield before going out. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be first down, Miami. They kick the running back in motion. To throw here on first down. Looking right, and he finds him. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag. Well, we knew it, Brock, and now they know it too. That one was on their defense. They'll have a new set of downs following that defensive penalty. Running it after the penalty. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. So we're through one here in the AFC title game. Neither side separating much so far. Back to the bank in just a moment. Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Dolphin football as we begin. They have second and pretty long here. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. David Ojabo making that tackle. It's only a gain of 1. Back-to-back misfires on the ground, and they're facing third and long. Back now, pressure on its way. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. Fourth down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
So the Dolphins readying for the punt. And the punt team hurries down, and they're going to stop this one at the 10-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. Lamar out of the pistol. Has him on the quick hitter. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Devon Holland there to make the stop. After a good pickup, they've got second and 4. That one's complete right side. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
And they've got themselves another first and 10. Mitchell up the middle. Through the second level at the 40. Space on the right. He's got room. He does it. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. Tucker adds the PAT. And the Ravens tie this game 7-7. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all. So they're going to gift them a drive starting at the 30. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. They'll come out throwing. He puts some power on a deep one left. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain. So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. Still has room inside the 15. Punches it in for the Miami touchdown. The Dolphins just need 2 snaps to steal the lead. Well, Brock started small at first, but then he found that lane, and it was a race to the end zone from that point on.
And it takes a little bit of everybody. How many times do we hear these coaches tell us, if you're going to get a run play for a big gain, it takes the whole group, all 10 of them around him have to do their job. Got to block up front, receivers got to block on the perimeter. They all get it done, and a big chunk run follows.
Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Jackson to throw it. This finds Mitchell, complete. Galloping inside the 40. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. Tucker on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Ravens tie things up at 14. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Nate Wiggins getting up to end that play.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And that brings up 3rd down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. That's caught for the first. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's going to give the Dolphins a 1st down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. And man, did he make an impact play.
They send the tight end in motion. Forced out to his right. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of him.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. From the gun, here's a handoff. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Only a yard for him that time, so now 3rd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Throw left side, complete. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. They get an even 10 on that play. And it'll be 1st down, Miami.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
And he's brought down for a loss.
Hey, look, in the right situation, you catch a team off guard, well, this could be a tremendous play for some big yards. But in the wrong situation, you get hit in the mouth right behind the line of scrimmage.
All right, here we go. Second down. Here's a throw. Completed to his running back. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They got 24 yards on the And that's going to give the Dolphins a first down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
From the gun, they're going to hand it off. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down.
We take a break from his regularly scheduled programming and pass coverage duties to see him adding a little contribution in the run support. And his teammates, you can just see the body language. A little nod, a little grin. They'll welcome the reinforcements every time.
Flushed out of the pocket. Pass it down close. And he's out of bounds at the 4. Oh, he was thinking touchdown there. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with first and goal.
Let's go now. Go.
They'll try and punch it in. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. Nothing doing that time, and it leaves them on second and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that.
And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Dolphins get some late points and the lead. Well, we've been saying it for years, Brock. If at first you don't succeed, try that run again.
You're exactly right. It's going to take more than one stop to deter those offensive coaches from calling another run play. They've got such faith in their group up front to leverage right at the point of attack and punch it in on the second time around.
That one splits the uprights. And the Dolphins break that tie and now lead by 7. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Alpha, sit on. 180. Nice shot.
Shotgun snap to Jackson. Pass into the hands of Devontae Walker. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about two things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks. That's the trust. And then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
Hey. Sit up.
First down throw for Jackson. That one's caught along the left sideline. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
You know by now, Kate, what I call that. That's that car wash ball. Just come to life. That's when you throw that ball right through that car wash and you throw it with such velo, it doesn't get wet. It's do it with that kind of accuracy down the field. This dude's elite.
Catch is made in close. And this is down all the way to the 3. Timeout taken by the Ravens. That is their final one. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Four downs now to get in. Here's first and goal. Lamar throwing again. And they take this in for the score. The Ravens earn the chance to tie before halftime. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown. Tucker able to tack on the extra point. And the Ravens tie this game at 21. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And even 20 seconds left at their disposal on the final drive of this half. Trying to throw here out of the gun. That one is incomplete. The clock now down to 16 seconds remaining. This one intended for the running back. And now they face second down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Hits him on the out route. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
Not met many receivers in my life that don't love the spotlight, but you got to earn your place there. The easy way to do it, catches just like that, going up into double coverage and making the play anyway.
Third and just 2 to go.
Let's go.
Pass play now. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up fourth down. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the third quarter. The Lamar Hunt Trophy waiting in the wings for whoever can finish this game out as we're back underway. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
180.
Now a give right side to Mitchell. And this defense offering no room at all up the gut there. No gain. Tackled on that play by Isaiah Simmons. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up second and 10. Again, this is Mitchell. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Tackled on that play by Isaiah Simmons. It'll be a gain of 5. They still need 4 on third down.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Hey, Alpha, tonight. 180.
Now Jackson on third down. Short pass brought in. Jukes one defender, and they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Play action now with Jackson. Catch made by Mitchell. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Mitchell gets it from the gun. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
You know, okay, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So now they're going to have to figure out this third down.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
180! That's hot! Middle.
Jackson now on third. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up fourth down.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
Tucker's kick is up and good. And they've taken back the lead.
A dependable kicker, man, that is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Looking to the air here. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Nate Wiggins has got it. And it's a pick 6 as he runs it in for the touchdown. But we all know getting the interception is the important thing, Brock. But how about this guy having the wherewithal to transition into a really nice return to then get the touchdown out of it, too?
Yeah, that's a great point. We talk about it with receivers, right? Getting vertical right away after making a catch. Same thing for these defenders when they make a pick. They secure the football, sure, but instantly they go back to their offensive days. They want that touchdown, and they want a moment they won't forget.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all, so they're going to gift them a drive starting at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Right up the gut. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
2nd and 6 coming up here. They give it to him again. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
They say about great outfielders in baseball, there's just something to them. They've got a knack or feel an instinct to take the right line, the right angle. For safeties to create tackles for loss in the run game, it's the exact same attribute and skill set. Got to take that right angle and then go finish that runner.
Throwing on 3rd and long. On the move, headed right. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Pistol snap to Jackson. That's going to be caught by Mitchell. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. With 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
From the 28. Gets it to him on the screen. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get him enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
You at X. You at X.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Lamar out of the pistol. This has been a trend, yet another interception. Devon Holland comes up with it. And he makes the Hefs go. It's a touchdown on the pick six. You get a pick six, you get a pick six. These defenses, Brock, wow, they have competed. Seeing who ends up with the best highlight of the game, huh?
A highlight? You're going to call a pick six and multiple highlight, Kate?
No, even if it's your defense doing it, come on, B-Rock.
No highlight for a quarterback.
That one right down the middle. And the Dolphins cut it to a field goal game. A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Mitchell takes it straight ahead. He'll cobble together a yard there. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
He's going to snag a couple of yards charging up the gut. Tackled on that play by Isaiah Simmons. A gain of 2 follows up a gain of 1, and now they're left with 3rd and 7.
No, we changed it. Cut.
Lamar now from the gun. Caught by the tight end, running that corner. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Brought down by Jalen Carter. Only one frame remains before we see who's going to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. The Ravens with the lead, hoping to close out a playoff win.
Already.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Alpha, sit up.
Here's Jackson to throw. This finds Franklin. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Jackson out of the gun on 3rd. They did it! He made the interception! And the Dolphins have some new life in the 4th!
Well, I'll admit, man, I got to admire the guts, the willingness to continue to challenge the coverage, even with 2 interceptions already. But there's his 3rd strike. And no, it's not baseball, but he definitely has to be smarter with what he's doing with the football.
The Dolphins in pretty good field position here as they come up 1st and 10. A give now from the gun. And he's brought down for a loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Back-to-back carries here. And he takes it up and across midfield into Ravens territory. Calling about 70 yards on that run. Now it's going to be 3rd down and 4.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Left side gets it out quick, and it's caught. They pick up 20 yards there. And it'll be first down, Miami.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Throwing now, off play action. Oh, he lost the football! And this is picked up by the Ravens! And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
Well, sure, you're looking to try to get a first down on 2nd down. You're trying to create a manageable 3rd down, but I'll tell you what you're not trying to do, ever, is give the ball away. And that's what the offense does to the defense right there.
Lamar off the play fake. He rolls to his right. They did it! He made the interception! And the Dolphins have some new life in the 4th. Well, okay, I guess we've got a couple of very giving teams today, Brock. One side coughs it up with a fumble, then the other side graciously hands it right back with the interception.
Hey, listen, if you like playmaking defenses, then you like this game right here. These defenses, they're the ones supplying the big plays, and they're putting their stamp on this game.
He's going to push one deep down. Now this is intercepted. That is back-to-back passes. Nate Wiggins has got it. And the Ravens take possession of the football at their own 20 after the turnover. Well, they had the advantage for a moment, Brock, but turns out that is all just that moment because they throw an interception to give the ball right back.
And for once, both coaches on both sidelines are preaching the same message. Take care of the ball. Not often you see back-to-back plays end in interceptions, and we're right back to where we were just a couple moments ago.
Running right with Mitchell. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in a locker room and in the huddle is you could be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped. Helped him track it down for a loss on the outside.
Here's Mitchell again. Finds room to the 30. Across midfield. Keaton Mitchell. And he will carry this across for the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens parlay the interception into points. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
That one splits the uprights. And the Ravens make it a 10-point ball game. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Got him in. It's Njoku. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. To throw here on 1st down. Throw reeled in by Njoku. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
We always hear about a tight end as a quarterback's best friend. That play is so indicative of it, Kate. You love a big target, and you know if you could hit him in stride, he's got a chance to get some big yards after the catch.
Let's go now.
Here's a give on 1st and goal. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Now on 2nd and 10. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. And the Ravens have it after forcing his 4th INT of the day.
You know, Kate, one of the tenets of the West Coast system that I was fortunate to play in, touchdown to check down. Touchdown to check down. You get in the red zone, it's touchdown to check down. You can't put the ball in harm's way. That's a brilliant job by the defense with their coverage, baiting the quarterback into the throw. And you got to sail that one into the stands. Touchdown or check down. You can't possibly give an interception in that situation. You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs, against the better defenses in this league.
Second down now, 7 to go.
Hey, Alpha, sit hot. Sit hot.
From the gun, Jackson. He's on the move. Now here he goes. Fought off a tackle, but he lost the football. And this is going to stay with the offense as he makes the recovery. Now before we reach the 2-minute warning, we've got a timeout. That's the second one used by the defense in this half. To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. The give now to Mitchell. Room for him past the 30. And all the way up to the 42-yard line before he stopped. Now we get a pause, Brock, as the defense uses its final timeout, so the clock only going to stop again at our 2-minute warning.
I love these inside runs. Don't get away from them. You never know. You think it's going to be a short little gain, and then boom, get the right blocking, a possessed running back, and you get some serious yards on the table.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
That's the 2-minute warning here from Baltimore. Ravens with a 10-point advantage. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Give now to the running back. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. Just a single yard, but that's going to be enough to move the chains.
You know what I love about that play call? It was simple. Nobody overthinking on the sideline or out on the field. Just an offense going to work and moving those chains.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. The Ravens in victory formation and content to just knee this one out.
There's still some time to bleed off the clock, but the important factor is that the defense is helpless to stop it. You could just run that clock down as far as you're able and take off every single second.
Lining up to take a knee on 2nd down. He's down to a knee, and they've done it. They're going to be playing in the Super Bowl.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
Setting up for the kneel down on 3rd. So in front of the flock of fans in the stands, the Ravens get the win at home. trophy high as champions of the AFC. And that earns them 2 more weeks of football until they head to the Bayou and fight for a Super Bowl. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. The Ravens are your winners as we say so long from Boston.